The problem that I have is with this narrative of American exceptionalism that we've been taught since we were kids.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Leftist Extremism. This week, the leftist media got upset because Republican members of Congress actually wanted to make time to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
This is the Judiciary Committee, right? So wouldn't it be better show of patriotism to be working on issues like police violence, mass shooting, prison reforms? People, I don't know what it's going to take for them to recognize that we're not fooling around. The people in the United States are not fooling around.
Yeah, saying the pledge, it's going to take up so much time. There's nothing else that could possibly get done. And besides, if you say the pledge, it could promote a belief in American exceptionalism. And the View hosts don't like that idea.
The problem that I have is with this narrative of American exceptionalism that we've been taught since we were kids.
See, the idea that America is always striving to be a more perfect union, that is just not good enough.
But I think until we really meet the promise of what this country could truly be, then we shouldn't be touting us out as exceptionalists.
This week, the leftist media believes the only way we can be exceptional is to teach kids about Black queer studies and the Marxist Black Lives Matter organization. And, you have to do that in public schools. And if you disagree with that idea, well, then they lie and smear you.
DeSantis has blocked a new AP course on African American history from being taught in Florida schools, saying it violates state laws and is, quote, historically inaccurate. Under DeSantis, Florida's gone from don't say gay to don't say black.
Well, I'll have my MSNBC lies double stacked, please. Give me the don't say gay lie about the parental rights in education law, which never banned the word gay or even mentioned it, and stack on top the lie about Governor DeSantis banning Black history. And of course, if you don't like swallowing this double stack of greasy media lies, well, CNN is here to deliver a heaping side of racism.
We know that white supremacy is a central part of American education. And part of what this course is doing is challenging white supremacy, is challenging anti-Black racism. And quite frankly, that seems to be what part of the issue is that the state of Florida has taken with the course, that it challenges some of the very premises that seem to have political currency and we might need to think more about.
Oh, I'm sure the leftist media will think about more ways to call others racist, because it's never, ever them that's racist.
Do we need to see white people also get beaten before anybody will do anything? I'm not suggesting that. So don't write us and tell me what a racist I am.
You see, asking the question if white people need beatings, that's totally not racist. But question Black queer studies and CRT being taught in high school, well, that's totally racist.
Okay, let's get your reaction first to the College Board releasing its official framework for the AP African American Studies course. This, of course, coming after Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis banned it from classrooms in the state.
Well, unfortunately, Governor DeSantis has been very, very clear. He has what just appears to be a white nationalist agenda.
It's Obama's Education Secretary Arne Duncan. Being that he's all about education, surely he'll explain to us why the changes in the AP Black History class are so offensive.
Because we're looking at it at the screen now, any changes, if you have, that stands out to you, that maybe perhaps worries you?
Yeah, I haven't seen the details.
He doesn't actually seem very educated, does he? But why would we expect CNN or the leftist media to have guests that actually know what they're talking about, when they could have guests that just fan the flames of racist hate, which nobody does better than MSNBC.
At that moment, the narrowing of what we teach seems like the absolute opposite of what we should be reaching for as a country. Why?
Well, that's if everybody in the country wants that, Nicole. There are lots of people who are perfectly happy with Black people being murdered on a regular basis. Let's be honest, they're happy to see Black people be killed. Or bare minimum, I think the most charitable interpretation is Black people being killed to them, to politicians like Ron DeSantis, to politicians like Cameron in Kentucky. Black people being killed is just the cost of doing American business.
It's more like lying and spreading hate is the business of the left. Even if the media have to put on their tinfoil hats and come up with some crazy conspiracies in order to do it. Watch as CNN and their experts claim that those leftist-pleasing "he gets us" ads about Jesus Well, they're nothing but a right-wing conspiracy.
If you're planning to watch the upcoming Super Bowl, you'll likely see a few ads about Jesus. CNN's Tom Foreman looks into who is behind the He Gets Us campaign and why some are calling this a PR stunt for right-wing politics.
There was this controversial figure. Everywhere he went, people challenged him.
The message is stark, arresting, and backed by $100 million. That's how much organizers say is behind this campaign to market Jesus as a patient, loving, inclusive cure for our divisive times. With the tagline, He Gets Us. The campaign website is filled with phrases saying Jesus called out the toxic religious and political systems, led the protest against the walls that divide us, and broke the chains that held women in bondage. Merchandise declares Jesus was a refugee and an immigrant.
Clearly, this message about Jesus is so right-wing. It's just out to seduce the left into believing in Jesus. All you have to do is ask a CNN expert.
Such as Chrissy Stroop, a former evangelical who now reports on religion.
I believe the He Gets Us campaign is a PR effort and website strategically developed by right-wing evangelicals to rope people in with inclusive-sounding messaging and get them plugged into local churches that will eventually teach them that to be a Christian means to support right-wing politics.
Not that CNN's going to tell you, but their religious reporter, well, that's actually an activist. Just visit Stroop's Twitter page, where there's a pinned tweet saying conservatism is abuse. Stroop also speaks at atheist conventions discussing the alternative facts that Christian schools use to indoctrinate. Chrissy is also really a man. Nothing like a man who claims they're a woman to discuss the dangerous world of alternative facts.
Such as Chrissy Stroop, a former evangelical who now reports on religion.
It seems Chrissy doesn't look up to the heavens or even straight ahead into a mirror when trying to come to logical conclusions. It's time for us to conclude. I'm Eric Shiner from MRC-TV, asking you to visit the MRC homepage, hit that donation button, and help us keep videos like this one coming. Head over to MRCTV.org for the latest in videos, entertainment, and information, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to these videos on the social media outlet of your choice. We'll be back next week with another look at leftist media insanity.